Well, good morning, my fishing brethren. We are out here on the lake. It is 2019 and the fishing season has already started. Already caught my first fish of 2019 last week in Texas with my old man. There's fish.
What? Fish?
Yeah. Looks like a crappie. Now a little bass. Well, I'm gonna get him up here. Oh, yeah, buddy. Not much to brag about, but the first fish of 2019.
It's a good deal.
Yes, sir. Nice fish. Cold fish, too. You want to get him close, I'll land him here.
There you go.
All right. Hey, he's a nice fish. Yeah, buddy, look at that big old bucket mouth. That guy. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good fish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Crappie jig.
Crappie jig. He barely had him hooked too. Pretty. Look at the red on those mouths.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be red gives in that water too.
Yep, imagine you're right. There you go, fishy. See ya. So that is it. So 2019 officially underway. Caught my very first bass of the year, and now we're down here in central New Mexico. We're at one of our lakes that we fish most of our tournaments on, and we're going to be just trying to get acquainted with that lake. I don't know it just really well. This year, I'll be fishing these tournaments probably by myself or maybe with somebody new. Earl, my fishing partner from the past couple of years, I didn't make the cut for him this year. So this past year, I don't think that I caught more than 5 fish all the whole tournament season. I think I caught 5 fish, and it was really embarrassing. So it was so bad that Earl said, you know what? We got to get you your own boat and you fish by yourself because I'm not winning any money fishing with you. So he got himself a new partner, and he helped me acquire a boat so I could fish the tournaments by myself and not cost him money. So that's what we're doing. I did decide to keep the champion boat, the one that we found. It's a 93 champion. It's got a 200 on it. Did decide to keep it. So this is its kind of it's maiden voyages today. So we'll get out there and make sure hopefully it starts. And I don't have any depth finders. I don't have I'm not even sure the trolling motor works, so I drug it all the way down here, and it's just kind of a hope and a prayer, and we'll see what happens. So we're gonna get out there, we're gonna run the boat, we're gonna fish, we're gonna check out all the electronics, all the trolling motor, the live wells, the trim, all that good stuff, to see how it's working, and we just kind of cross our fingers and hope for the best. And so glad you guys have joined us, and hopefully we have some fish to put on the camera, and anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right, moment of truth. It didn't get a lot better than that. This boat had sat in a garage for probably 3 years, and they had the power head replaced on the motor. It's a 200 Mariner, and when I bought the boat, we took it out one time and it started right up. I was really excited about it, so I didn't have too much trepidation coming down here and it run it. So as you can tell, first start or first turn of the key, it started right up. It's a really good sign. I think it's going to be a good boat for me. But anyway, let's get to fishing. I'll give you the conditions as soon as we get to our first place. Okay, got the arsenal laid out. We got a little beaver bait there. I don't know how well you can see that. Got my coffee, which of course is very critical. Critical to have a cup of coffee on a fishing trip. Got a beaver bait, so just kind of a jigging bait. Got my trusty spinner bait, and it's a natural color because we got pretty clear water. I got our Chingon tube. You guys can look that up if you want to know what that means. Got a little square bill crankbait there, crawdad pattern over here. I've got my jigging rod with a big football jig rigged up. Got 2 spinning rods, one with a Ned rig and one with a crappie jig, and then another crankbait, just a lipless crankbait, crawdad colors. So that's what we're working with today. All right, so the main reason I'm out today is just to get the boat on the water. I've actually got to go to work a little bit later, and so I don't have much time. I got about 3.5 hours. The water is cold. It's about 50 degrees. So for some of y'all, that's not cold at all, but for us down here, it's pretty cold. So the bass are coming out of their winter staging patterns, and then they're kind of moving up, getting ready to spawn. So it's a pre-spawn. This lake has been notoriously difficult for me. A lot of people have success down here. I've always struggled. So I don't have a lot of high hopes for today, but I do hope we catch a couple of fish to get on camera. That would be great. And so anyway, we'll bring you along and let you know how everything goes. All right, guys, here's the deal. So I'm at the point of this big island, and there's some activity out here. Not really close to the bank, but out here a little farther. And I think they're white bass, but I'm not positive. At this point, I haven't caught any fish, and so I'll take a white bass, whatever I can get. Also, we got the game warden over there. I'm pretty sure he'll come check me here in just a little bit. But I got a big crankbait on. I'm gonna throw on a jerkbait here in a little bit, and just work this point, see if I can get anything to happen. Something over here swimming. I have no idea what it is. It looks like a beaver. I think it is a beaver. Tell you what, man, I've been searching for a beaver in the wild for like 10 years. I've wanted to see one. There he goes. Unreal. All right, here's the deal. Last 20 minutes. Got one little bank here I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna use my old standby, something I got confidence in, the Chingon tube, and I hope it lives up to its name. I think I'm gonna trim just a little bit of that tail off before I chunk it. And then also this little bait that my dad gave me. It's a rattle trap looking thing. Instead of a back hook, it's got a tail spin on it, or an underspin, whatever you wanna call it. So one confidence bait and one bait that I have never thrown before. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, well, this is about to be the end of my day. Just got a few little bushes here I'm going to flip into, but judging from what I've done all morning, I don't have much hope, but you know, fish down to the last wire. I did want to take a minute before in this video. I know that I haven't posted in a long time, and probably, you know, the last few videos that I posted were lackluster, and I promised I was going to do some stuff, and we just kind of never came to fruition. And I just want to give you a kind of a brief explanation of what's going on and what my thought process is and all that good stuff. There's 1,000 fishing YouTube channels out there, maybe 10,000. And if you guys want really high quality fishing content with somebody who can actually catch fish whenever they go fishing, there's a lot of guys out there that you can watch that are going to be better than I am. And their video making skills is better, and their rigs are better. They got better lakes to fish into. You know, you could, all the excuses in the world you could run through the gamut they got. And my favorite, as I've mentioned before, Lake Fork guy, phenomenal. You know, he's down there in that East Texas area, and that, you know, produces some of the biggest fish in the whole world. And so they got quality waters. They got a little time. You know, they're full-time YouTubers, and they just produce some wonderful videos. So all their information videos, all their fishing videos, something I can't compete with. So the question has become, in my mind, was, well, what's the point? You know, what's the point? So I have to drive. And by the way, I'm gonna go over a few things, and I'm not complaining or whining. I'm just letting you know what my thought process is. I have to drive 2 to 2.5 hours to get to a body of water that I can launch my boat. And so for me to make a fishing video, just to get on the water and make a fishing video, I'm already probably $100 to $150 in by the time everything's said and done. Maybe with the gas prices the way they are, a little bit less than that at the moment. But it's expensive for me to do it. And at the moment, I'm not making any money on it. So that was one consideration. Of course, the other consideration is what I mentioned. I can't compete with those guys as far as quality and fish, and I can't even catch a fish on video at all. So I had to struggle with that. The other thing is, our church that we started is it's growing, and it's kind of slow going, but it's growing, and it's increasingly demanding on my time and resources and all that good stuff, and that's not a bad thing. It's something that I really, really enjoy, and I'm so happy to be able to be in a position where I can do that and help people whenever they need some help, if I can do something to help them. And then on top of all that, because it is a small church and they're not really paying me at the moment, what I've done is I've taken a second job, and I'm working at a cigar shop for a man named Monty's Cigar Shop in Albuquerque. And by the way, they're going to be a sponsor of the channel, and they do a bunch of stuff with the outdoors, and they're heavy supporters of the outdoors and all things like that. And I'm really fortunate to be a part of that organization. And so I began working there, and through that, it's kind of turning into more of a full-time role than a part-time role. And so I got all these things, and on top of that, I have become the president of an organization here in the Southwest called Sun Country Outdoors. And what it is it's an advocacy group. And if you've been following the news or seen on Facebook, New Mexico is going through a really tough time. They elected an all-blue Congress as well, or a legislature, as well as the governor. And man, they're just passing some sweeping legislation that's really hard on the outdoorsmen. So coyote contests are gone, probably no trapping on public lands. Our firearms, our right to our Second Amendment is being questioned and threatened. So there's a lot of issues that we feel we need to have a voice in. We need to have some sort of stake in the game. So we've started this organization, and it's going to be demanding. I'll be honest with you, it hasn't been too demanding yet, just because it's been winter time and we haven't done a whole lot, but it's going to be. So again, not complaining, just the conundrum that I find myself in. There's a lot of things that I find myself doing that I want to do, that I enjoy doing, and making videos is one of them. Time and money is a factor and a problem. So what I believe that I have come up with is I want to do a video a week for you guys, and I want you to continue to support the channel and continue to give me your ideas and information and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to make a video once a week, and that video might not be fishing. That video might be camping in our public lands. That video might be hiking on a famous trail. That video might be turkey hunting in the spring. And so it's going to kind of transition from a fishing channel, boat channel, more to a general outdoor channel, as well as some of our homestead stuff that I haven't shown you guys at all. It's in the name, Pastoral Homestead, but you don't really know what we do at the house. So we live in an urban area on a fifth of an acre. We got a pretty cool setup, and I'd love to show you guys some of that. So those are some things I'm thinking about, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to become of it. I think there's some potential growth for this channel. I don't know if I'm ever get to a place where I'm making some money on it, but it's possible. And so I enjoy doing it. But for you guys, I want to make sure that if I'm doing it, it's going to be beneficial for you guys. I don't want you ever to come away thinking, I spent 2 hours of my time watching this crappy video and he didn't even catch any fish. And I got about 5 minutes left out here and I have not caught any fish. So I don't know if I'll ever catch any fish at this confounded lake. This has just been one of my absolute nemesis here in New Mexico. But anyway, so that's what we're dealing with. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update and let you know what's going on. So this weekend, now we have the junior club that's going to meet at one of our local lakes there in Albuquerque. I'll take the video camera, we'll fish with them, and hopefully you get to see some of that stuff that we're doing. So really good stuff. And anyway, I appreciate your prayers, I appreciate your thoughts and your comments, all those things that you guys have let me know about. Please keep it up, and I will try to keep up the videos, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I'll have some more daily stuff there, I'm sure, and you can send me messages and I'll gripe about my crappy fishing skills and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll quit wasting your time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's time for me to get back to Albuquerque and go to work. I can't tell you guys how difficult it is to have to leave. I mean, It's a beautiful day. It's like 65 degrees. The wind is barely blowing. I mean, the fish aren't biting, but good grief, it's so pretty. I hate to go home, but I'm gonna have to. All right, last cast. Come on, baby. All right. Be a big smallmouth in there. Wouldn't it be amazing? The last cast of the day. I caught a fish. I might have to call into work if that happened. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today, ladies and gentlemen. But my goodness, what a pretty day. If you get a chance, go fishing. Take your kids outside. Call into work. Did the pastor just tell us to call into work? Yes. If you have not called into work in a while to go outside and go do something, do that. Don't lie to them. Just tell them you need to get away for a little bit. I totally lied and said I was going to make just one more cast, but this is the last one. Take your kids outside, man. You know, I played a lot of video games growing up, but very, very few occasions do I remember playing them or any kind of, you know, success or achievement that came from them. But I do remember wonderful times fishing with my dad and my granddad. I remember sitting in an old flat bottom boat, just enjoying the heck out of their company, enjoying the fishing, enjoying the outdoors, and really falling in love with all the things that we get to do outside. And man, if you haven't done it in a while, I just implore you, just get your kids, take them outside, go spend some time. Go spend some time with them. They will cherish it forever, forever. I promise you. And you'll cherish it. It'll be a time that y'all share together, and man, I just hope that you guys do that. All right, that really was the last cast. I have got to roll it up, and I've got to go home. So God bless you guys. Have a great, safe afternoon. We'll see you this weekend.